Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are doing great. Happy Sunday. We have 8 matchups on this NBA slate today. Be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my links in the description below. And if you guys like betting on NBA player props, you already know, go ahead and sign up with ParlayPlay. Get 5 free entries just for signing up. So go ahead and hop in there, and hopefully you can cash out this weekend. And yeah, we'll hop in it here. Pretty decent slate today, starting with the Los Angeles Clippers versus the Charlotte Hornets. Hornets opening up as 5-point home favorites with the over-under at 224.5. The last 10 head-to-head, the Clippers are 9-1, 7-3 covering the spread. The over has hit in 4 out of the last 10 matchups. The Clippers 5-5 in their last 10. Charlotte 7-3 in their last 10. Clippers, crazy, surprising, have been really good against Charlotte here. On a 7-game winning streak against Charlotte, 6-1 covering against Charlotte. Charlotte 13-4 covering at home, 9-3 in their last 12. Charlotte playing great basketball. I mean, they've been really fun to watch. Man, I like Charlotte at home here. I mean, Clippers have been so good against Charlotte here, but I really just don't like the Clippers, honestly. I mean, they do good against bad teams, but against good teams, Clippers really just don't perform that well. And I'm taking Charlotte -5 at home here. Next matchup, we have the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Atlanta Hawks. The Hawks opening up as 7.5-point favorites with the over-under at 225.5. The last 10 head-to-head, the Lakers 8-2, 6-4 covering the spread. The over is hit in 4 out of the last 10 matchups. No LeBron James. Anthony Davis is questionable. Be sure to check his status. Lakers just 3-7 in their last 10. Atlanta coming into this on a 6-game winning streak, playing good basketball here. Lakers just 2-6 on the road, not a good road team. During the 6-game win streak for the Hawks, they're 6-0 covering the spread, 5-0 covering at home. This Lakers team is just a mess. I mean, they really are. I think Vegas wants you to take them +7.5. I'm staying away from the spread, but I'm taking the Hawks at home here. I just don't trust the Lakers. And you get the Hawks on a 6-game winning streak. Give me the Hawks at home in this one. Next matchup, we have the Portland Trail Blazers versus the Chicago Bulls. The Bulls opening up as 6.5-point favorites with the over-under at 229. The last 10 head-to-head, Portland 9-1, 8-2 covering the spread. The over has hit in 5 out of the last 10 matchups. Portland 6-4 in their last 10. Chicago just 3-7 in their last 10. Portland playing really good against Chicago, 6-0 covering on the road against Chicago, 8-2 covering against the Bulls. Chicago 0-6 covering at home against Portland, but they're a really good home team, 11-2 at home. Yeah, I like the Bulls at home here. Portland's been good against them, but Portland's just missing too many guys. No Larry Nance. Some other guys are out. I'm not in love with the spread. Not in love with a lot of the spreads, honestly, but I'm going to take the Bulls at home here. Next matchup, we have the Cleveland Cavaliers versus the Detroit Pistons. The Cavs opening up as 7.5-point favorites with the over-under at 212.5. The last 3 head-to-head, Cleveland 2-1, 2-1 covering the spread. The overs hit in 2 out of the last 3 matchups. Cleveland 8-2 in their last 10. Detroit just 3-7 in their last 10. Cleveland 6-1 covering against Detroit. Detroit 1-6 in their last 7. They haven't really looked that good here. I'm taking the Cavs minus 7.5, and definitely take them out of your money line parlays on the road. Next matchup, we have the Dallas Mavericks versus the Orlando Magic. Dallas opening up as 5.5-point favorites with the over-under at 211.5. The last 10 head-to-head, Dallas 8-2, 7-3 covering the spread. The over has hit in 5 out of the last 10 matchups. The Mavs, Porzingis is out for this game Sunday. The Mavs 7-3 in their last 10. One of those was a 108-92 win over the Magic. Orlando 3-7 in their last 10. The Mavs on a 5-game winning streak against Orlando. 5-2 covering against Orlando. Orlando 2-10 at home. Not a good home team. 3-15 in their last 18. Rolling with the Mavs minus 5.5. I'm actually going to that game today because the Mavs do play Orlando once a year, so it's the only time I really get to see the Mavs. So you already know I'm taking the Mavs at home minus 5.5. Rolling with Dallas on the road. Next matchup, we have the Denver Nuggets versus the Milwaukee Bucks. The Bucks opening up as 6.5-point favorites with the over-under at 226.5. The last 10 head-to-head, Denver 6-4, 5-5 covering the spread. The over is hit in 6 out of the last 10 matchups. Denver 7-3 in their last 10. The Bucks just 5-5 in their last 10. Denver 14-6 against Milwaukee, 4-1 covering against Milwaukee. The Bucks 2-5 covering in their last 7, 1-4 covering at home against Denver. I'm liking Denver plus the points here. You're getting two really good teams. Milwaukee struggles to cover the spread here. Denver does plays good against better teams here. I'm going to take Denver plus 6.5 on the road. Next matchup, we have the San Antonio Spurs versus the Phoenix Suns. The Suns opening up as 12.5-point favorites with the over-under at 232. The last 3 head-to-head, Phoenix 3-0, 1-2 covering the spread. The over's hit in 1 out of the last 3 matchups. No Jacob Portal, no DeJounte Murray or White. Pretty much their whole team is out this game, which is not good. DeAndre Ayton is questionable, along with McGee and Crowder. The Spurs just 4-6 in their last 10. One of those was a 14-point loss against the Suns. The Suns 9-1 in their last 10. Spurs on a 5-game losing streak against Phoenix. Phoenix on a 9-game winning streak, 17-3 at home. Amazing home team. Yeah, Spurs missing most of their team. Going to be a rough game for them here. Taking the Suns minus 12.5. Add them to your money line parlays. And then the last matchup on this slate, we have the Utah Jazz versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. Jazz opening up as a 1-point road favorite with the over-under at 226.5. The last 10 head-to-head, the Jazz 6-4, 4-6 covering the spread. The over has hit in 4 out of the last 10 matchups. The Jazz just 2-8 in their last 10, coming into this on a 4-game losing streak. Minnesota 5-5 in their last 10. No Rudy Gobert. Donovan Mitchell is questionable. The Jazz just 2-9-1 covering in their last 12, 1-6 in their last 7. Minnesota playing good at home, 6-1 at home, but they're also not a good covering team, just 1-5 covering in their last 6. I really don't like this matchup, honestly. I'm taking the Jazz money line on the road. I'm hoping Donovan Mitchell does come back, but even without him, Minnesota, I mean, on a 2-game losing streak, I think it's a good spot for the Jazz to get a win here coming off a 4-game losing streak. Normally, I would love the Jazz here, but they've been so bad lately and a lot of injuries. I'm staying away from this matchup, but I'm going to take the Jazz on the road. Hopefully, they can bounce back here on this little slump they're on. Then, yeah, that's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Sunday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Monday. Have a good one.